and students to use our chair. And there's Judas still in June. And all right, hearing that members present proceeds and members of the public will be allowed to oral testimony from all members. In person of oral testimony not for the seat by nature. Before testifying, each person shall representation. When your name is called, please state your name. I am the government to testify on the persons who are not registered will be given an opportunity to speak following normal testimony of the registered speakers. Written testimonies. Written testimonies include testifiers' address, email address, phone number, will be available as the next round. Cell phones. As a courtesy, please turn off your cell phone to the members. Members, agenda item number 1 will be skipped today, so we can move on to item 2 for maintenance.
So, good afternoon. My name is Christine Chang, and I'm the Board of Maintenance for Region Services Administrator. This is Roxanne. She's from the Division of Administrative from the Division of Administration. So, Roxanne and I wanted to address the issue that to a our parks and well-being of our community. So, the need to establish maintenance standards for parks. As many of you know, our parks and chairs spaces where community members come together to enjoy the outdoors, engage in recreation, and peace and nature. However, the quality of this experience hinges on how well our parks are maintained. Currently, we do not have low maintenance standards in place that we use. So the first thing is why do we need maintenance standards? So first and foremost, maintenance standards provide consistency and quality across all parks. Right now, without clear guidelines, the level of care and attention that each park receives can vary significantly. Inconsistencies not only affects the visitor's experience, but also undermines the overall reputation of the park system. By establishing formal standards, we can ensure that every park, regardless of size or location, meets the same high-quality benchmarks for cleanliness and safety. Secondly, without such standards, we risk the inefficiency and resource management. Our maintenance teams work tirelessly, often going above and beyond to keep our parks in good condition. However, without clear protocols, the efforts may not always be directed in the most effective way. And sometimes these efforts go unnoticed. Maintenance standards will provide clear roadmap for prioritizing tasks and using resources wisely, ensuring that our team's hard work is both effective and recognized. Safety is also a crucial concern. A park that is not maintained according to consistent standards can become a safety hazard. Whether it's worn out playgrounds, playground equipment, overgrown pathways, or unchecked infrastructure issues, these problems can pose significant risks to visitors. Formal maintenance standards will help us proactively address safety concerns, reducing the potential for accidents, and ensuring that our parks remain secure environments. And then lastly, the absence of maintenance standards can send the wrong message to our community. When parks are not consistently well maintained, it will appear that we do not value these public spaces or people who use them. Establishing and upholding maintenance standards demonstrates a commitment to the community and our dedication to providing high quality, accessible, and safe public spaces. And then I'm not saying to do that.
Good afternoon. Thanks very much for being here. I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk a little bit about the process that our teams will follow. To achieve our goal to establish maintenance standards across all of the parks, the dynamic master approach is followed on 3-step structured approach to developing maintenance standards. First off, we will establish sequences, creating specific schedules standards for tasks such as bathroom cleaning, playground inspections, and athletic field maintenance. These schedules will ensure that key maintenance activities have been regularly and appropriate with the summer months. Secondly, we will establish service qualities to set clear expectation for the level of these tasks. These include specific benchmarks for cleanliness of restrooms, safety and inspection for playgrounds, and turf and quality for fields. Our goal is to ensure every part meets the same standard. And lastly, we plan to train and equip our staff. By investing in staff training and providing the necessary equipment, our teams will receive specialized training on areas of playground safety and landscape management, empowering them to meet the standards we've set. We are beginning this process by focusing on key areas that have the greatest impact on the community. In our bathrooms, we will ensure that they are clean, well-stocked, and regularly serviced. On our playgrounds, we will continue conducting regular inspections and include maintenance to keep equipment safe and functioning. On our athletic fields, we would like to maintain the surfaces for safety, usability, and aesthetics. For our trees and instance, we envision keeping our landscapes trimmed, healthy, and free from potential hazards like winds. Here are the steps we intend to follow in creating the standards. We will start by documenting the current maintenance procedures. Our teams are currently surveying and interviewing team members. You will hear from them today on what they are doing and what they have learned thus far. Next, we will inventory the availability of equipment to maintain our parks. Presently, we have completed our inventory of our mowing equipment, and you can find it attached in the packet. Additionally, we have identified our current irrigation systems and resources, and is included in your packet is an inventory of athletic fields per district and irrigation systems and what those systems include. Then we will analyze and improve our existing process. Some of our teams are just beginning to work in this field. From here, we will be able to develop detailed step-by-step procedures, which will include safety measures and guidelines. Then we will create training programs and train our staff. Of course, we will need to verify throughout the process and validate at the end of the process. And last but not least, we want to celebrate accomplishments. In conclusion, the lack of formal maintenance is a gap in this urgently address. By establishing these standards, we will ensure consistency, safety, and efficiency across the parks, while also acknowledging and supporting the hard work of our dedicated staff. This is not just about improving our parks today. It's about making a long-term investment in the quality of life for our entire community. We want to thank you for your attention and commitment, and for your assistance in this important mission.
Thank you guys very much. It's a really great initiative and it's like this. I would like to have some questions from the students.
Thank you.
Sorry. Do you foresee a product of this?
Well, potentially, I think we could do something like that. But right now, I think our department is working on a version from the CMS website over to WordPress, which would probably make it easier for us to have something like that. So I'm sure we could look into it.
It doesn't even have to be external, but internal it's just such a guy on this good. We get to do this. Thank you. So the agenda is updated by department and operations. There's different types of inventories, provisions, sports, sections. Some of them, Caesar and
Yeah, we're all coming.
Okay. Okay.
The more the merrier, we figure.
Good afternoon, my name is John Kito, and I'm the supervisor. Maintenance. We are partnership. Just some of you, I am not part of the vision system, which is not. Are responsible for meeting 4,000 and 190 195 previous times and 5,000. You can see now it's that's system. Our company is very certainly was essential. As different irrigation systems are specific to different parts. For instance, we work with people systems, manual systems, automatic manual systems, and even smart panel systems and use whether apps with us and screening. You see examples of various systems, smart panel systems. Gathering this information, we can ensure that we have records of those content efficiently and one major benefit of this system is that it allows us to actively irrigation systems. All that inventories of data, this is all valuable. This data will be used in our daily operations. Additionally, the physical inventory on the district staff to organize themselves with irrigation systems and applications. It's not invaluable in identifying issues and quickly shutting off systems in the finally, I'd like to introduce my football team.
Hello, I'm the acting chairman, board members. My name is Cesar Manuel, and this is Mark Brown. Thank you for the opportunity to present TPRs and more than. First, I would like to start off with more equipment information gathered from discussions with EPRs, MSS, and Kale from repair systems. This shop's main function is to repair the smaller models, which are referred to as the 72s, which are 65 homes. AES, Automotive Equipment Services Division, is responsible for all PMs, regular maintenance, and all the repairs of the brands, wide area models, which are system defined. In regards to 72s, there are currently 4 models in operation with our own crews. Kubota 72, Jacobson 72, John Deere 72, and Toro Grounds and Hester 72. Information compiled from the PMs, historical repairs and maintenance. This is how they are ranked in best solution. First, Kubota 72, most durable, reliable, lifespan of 10 years, 5,000 pounds. And second is the John Deere 72, durable, however, bearing and exhaust issues. Lead explosion on long depths, 10 years to 5,000 pounds, difficult to obtain parts. Number 3 is a Toro Grounds and Hester 72, PTO, which is a power takeoff, has issues in the week in the previous life, approximately 10 years, 5,000 pounds. However, better made with thicker steel decks, longer lifespan. Number 4, Jacobson Turf Cat 72, weak thin decks, weak safety chutes, hydraulic leaks, electrical pumps, 8 to 10 years lifespan of less than 5,000 pounds. Most purchased due to low cost, the least expensive ones. The lifespan of each mower is directly associated with each operator on how it's preventive maintenance, how it is operated, daily inspections, maintenance, and if it's clean properly. If the mower is well taken care of, it will last that much time. In DPR's lawn fleet, you'll also find wheel mowers at porch fields and also at one field cleaners. Wheel mowers will mow at more height, provide a better cut for sports fields rather than road vehicles, which are the simple tools in the rings. We also have a couple specialty tractor mowers that are designed for mowing slopes to 30 degrees. They come with different mowing decks such as contour deck and also flail decks for cutting brush. Please see the DPR's mower equipment inventory sheet. The information will assist with many aspects of the life of each mower. It tracks the year the mower came into operation, equipment tracking items, for MSS and BS. The schedule for preventive maintenance, inventory repairs can also be retrieved by the ID numbers. It can be determined to be condemned, removed from the fleet. It's also very useful to determine purchases. Other information supplied with inventory is feeder trucks, where the appropriate size trailer is needed to transport each mower to each farm to maintain sports parks and home purposes.
I did an initiative for the really presentations. And also the value that it's seems like you guys is this question that is it being initiated you guys have something like brands
Yes, with keeping parts inventory, availability of parts. Certain companies like Jacobson used to be home base in Atlanta, now it's in London. So it's a difficult process. Then with COVID, that was actually, we're still having a difficult time obtaining parts because of the fact. Now they're really focused on new equipment. They don't necessarily sign parts for the new equipment or replacement repairs until the year 2000. So that part is specified for the new equipment, not for fixing something.
is there a reason why we separate brands versus which is going
It's usually because of mercury, pyramid laws, that's why they were ranked. There is a program with Toro where you do not specifically have to go to. It's a national program that's with the state federal indeed just special season.
No need to do a custom.
Yes. Yes.
But with all this, it's cost efficient.
In times that machine is the Jacobson, which the ownership is from made in the US to London. So it's out to parts where it was partly more accessible, however, then it goes to the pyramid process for years and years. You're correct in saying that when it goes down, it will not only affect production, but also quality of the grass we have off the fields and product for the public. So you can come down to 2, 3, 4 weeks, and everybody's screaming to go to that field. So once a week, maybe it's twice, every 2 weeks. So it's less.
I don't see that. This is to reflect some of those inefficiencies in the process.
Yes. Correct. In the long run, question board and on that sheet that is to actually by the next level higher cost. There is right now. In the future, we want to changing over to electrical vehicles. So that also that's. About this, if this opposing lines. That. Future.
There's another question. Thank you. Inside I want to get into the part of this. It's markets. And the things that was surveys, the service frequencies conducted by the private staff. And there's going to be great presentations on those aspects related to each presentation.
Good afternoon, my name is Tara Kalahata, the East Honolulu District Manager. So today I'm going to be discussing the maintenance survey that the district just finished conducting with our groundskeepers. So it was issued island-wide. It's about 43 questions. So I think there's in your guys' folder, there should be the final survey that will come to you. So I don't have it in the presentation, but you guys can look at it later. So a lot of the complaints that we receive are about the conditions of our bathrooms and playgrounds at our park facilities. So in order for us to determine how we can improve or increase our services provided, we needed to first obtain our current plans or our baseline of our clinic schedules right now. So what we're currently providing for all of our parks. Since there are so many bathrooms and playgrounds island-wide, we created a survey to establish that baseline. The survey was created with the input from 5 districts. So we have 5 districts within the Parks Department. So all of their maintenance superintendents who oversee the district's maintenance. They all contributed to the types of questions to ask in the survey. So it was created with the input from the 5 districts. And we did that because each district operates independently. So we're not always doing the same. We're all cleaning up, but we're not always doing it the same way as the districts. And it was issued to all the grounds districts. So District 1 issued the survey to the groundskeepers in July. So District 1 is East Honolulu, so that's my district. So we issued it in July while we did a district-wide training. So we were able to distribute and select the surveys back at the same time. So on the screen, you'll see. So I didn't put everything, I just put a couple of questions up there. So when we got the surveys back, we inputted the results. And so what I did was I filtered this. So it's based on how many in my district work at a regional park, district park, community park, neighborhood park, mini park, or beach park. So you can see the and it was categorized also. So we came up with 5 different categories for our parks. So category A was a dedicated double shift park. So the 2 that we have are the Kealani Regional Park and all of the parks. So they have a day shift and they also have a night shift. Category B was a dedicated single shift. So those are parks like Kanama Bay where they have more than 3 staff, but they don't run a second shift. Category C was 1 or more assigned staff with no dedicated equipment. So dedicated equipment is like riding motors or large equipment that we use. Category D was staff assigned to more than 1 park. So there are some areas where the staff might be assigned to 2 parks and they are responsible to maintain both of those parks as part of their normal duties. And then category B was low assigned staff. So that would be our rolling. So those are it's typically smaller parks where you have about 3 or 4 staff members that will go to different parks and do the cleaning, putting the rubbish, doing the park inspections. So the first one of the questions up there was for the outdoor stations, how often are they deep cleaning and disinfecting and shooting out with water? So just keep in mind, this is only results from District 1. We haven't received all of the surveys back from the other districts yet. But if you look at that, you can see, majority of the District 1 parks is one state. And it's about 50% of that cleaning, deep cleaning the liquid stations. And then for the playground, and you check for missing part, missing or broken part, something out of it. It's about the same amount. Sorry. About 50%, yeah. So it's about 50% that they're checking it daily. So typically when they go out to their parks, they'll do an inspection. And then they're checking to see if there's any, if the play apparatus is in good working order. So I didn't put all the questions up there, but the results for District 1 should be in your guys' binder, so you guys can look through that. So with each district being staffed differently, so we all have, our own set of challenges within each district. And because we do not have a baseline of the services that we're currently providing, conducting the survey was crucial for information gathering. Prior to conducting the survey, we didn't have any hard data on the frequency of cleaning. So it was kind of, you ask each district, they'll tell you, oh yeah, we'll clean once a day, but there was nothing to back it. So with this information gathered from the survey, it's going to help us create the maintenance standards that we stated that we talked about earlier. So by having a baseline, it will help us do a better job of maintaining our facilities. We'll be working with the 400 plus position to determine what would be appropriate for different areas island-wide. So we have, different areas within the island are going to require more cleaning or more services than others. So I think that's going to be our biggest challenge right now, is trying to figure out how we can put the standards would be, just because we operate so different. Questions? Some of them don't, yeah. Majority of our mini parks don't have that house. So there's really no amenities there. So the information is so it's actually the same thing. So I just put two different charts. So one is the bar graph and one is the so it's the same information that I put. So you see, like, yes, at least once a day. Yes. So some of the regional parks, it's more. So they go clean twice a day and 3 times a day. So it just depends.
Is the usage of the park, I'll just use this. Right now, it's just. So
So if they're scheduled already, so we always have our maintenance work 7 days. Yeah, so but it's just, we're not gonna, if there's a special event, there could be additional maintenance brought on for that special event. But it doesn't, well, for my district, we don't look at permit usage to determine our staffing.
So I think we just have to do this. It's
I think the biggest issue is the rubbish. And it's just the accumulation of the rubbish that kind of just piles. But our staff, so majority of the staff within the districts, only work in the period. So regardless if it's a weekday or a weekend, so the shift is typically 6:30 to 3 p.m. But as you know, majority of these, athletic events, they go 5, 6 o'clock, right? So it's from that time where we don't have the staff on till they're in the ends. So, before the staff goes home at 3, they will do another round, pick up the rubbish, kind of, check the bathrooms. But it's from the time when we don't have staff there that I think, it's the rubbish, and if somebody messes up the bathroom, we don't have staff there. So then it's the next morning when we come in at 6:30, that's when we're putting on all the rubbish, and it's a, you have to clean it.
That's understandable. We have to have trust.
Yeah. Yeah. So we try to do that, and for the most part, they're pretty helpful. Like if they'll bring their own bags, or even if they ask us for bags, we'll leave bags with them so that they can feel that you're not there. And then they'll kind of just stack it in there, so it's easier for us to follow and get through all the rubbish.
Especially restrooms. Thank you. You can see coordinations of the streets that we shared about maintenance settings and you see a coordination between bathrooms and pubs and then that's
I would hope so. Yeah, I mean, it's hard right now because we didn't have any data, right? So hopefully with the data, we're able to do better scheduling or more coordination. So I think we just have to gather all the data from the districts. Yeah.
But
particularly we don't know how many people are utilizing parks on a daily basis, right? So, I mean, we see it, but we don't want to count because there's permitted users, there's people that just come to picnic or even go to the dog park. So, and we're not there all the time to be able to put a number to that. There is one question that we did ask the staff in the survey, well, what was the biggest challenge of maintaining a comfort station? And I think a lot of it was, the homeless, wear and tear on our facilities, over usage. So there's about 5 different things. And I think a lot of them said all of them. So it's wear and tear on homeless, high usage, families. So I think that's the hard part too for us is like we can go on and clean and in certain areas, like 2 minutes later, you can't even tell that you just clean,
That's my reason.
Yes. I'm smiling.
Any other questions on this? Next, we have, Phil, Chair of
Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Polo, West Honolulu District Manager. I'll be going over the park maintenance and recreation service maintenance baseline survey for athletic fields and green spaces for members. The survey focused on the mowing practices of the PMRS maintenance for athletic fields and green spaces in District 2. The purpose of the survey is to gather baseline data on the mowing practices, challenges, and equipment needs of staff responsible for maintaining athletic fields and green spaces. It aims to identify areas for improving efficiency and addressing operational issues such as equipment reliability. The benefit we gain by conducting the survey is to hopefully illustrate what are the key challenges, equipment needs of the mowing crew, launch and targeted improvements, efficiency. It also highlights specific areas such as equipment upgrades and field conditions, which can lead to maintenance practices, reduce operation. So in your handout, you should have the survey questions. So in this survey, 7 mowing crew staff participated. This is all from District 2. We do have the survey results from other districts, but it's put it in time for the so we have the So the key fields covered in the survey is softball, baseball, soccer, football, multi-purpose spaces or athletic fields. And then the respondents evenly mow different type of fields with all the types. You kind of see what 100% of them mow multi-purpose fields. 90% of spaces. So green spaces is areas with no about 80% or 85% more about 3 to 4 parks. This was smoothing 40 fields for spaces. 71% more than 5 athletic fields, and pretty much all the respondents were 5 athletic fields. The frequencies about 42% more athletic fields weekly, while actually 57% so and the entire route is mostly the data, about 85% of the fields were medium sized species, about 5 to 10 acres field space. And then mowing time varies, but most of the respondents spend between 2 to 6 hours for each of the fields. For the mowing types, all of them use 72 chores for the fields, we do have others that use the just a little bit more zero turn mowers. Challenges identified. So the top challenges that staff encountered while mowing was uneven terrain. It's the highest. Obstacles, just trees and equipment, weather conditions, equipment malfunctions. So those are the ones that that's same percentage for spaces. Same, so any material obstacles, weather conditions. And addressing the challenges, so the most common method is adjusting the pole to address suggestions for improvement. So because we're just serving a small crew, we added an impression there to, which is not a multiple choice, but it's just suggestions for improvement. So efficiency improvements, most of the respondents suggested improving the quality and speed of equipment servicing. So as Susie mentioned, that one particular mode is the service. So I think that probably trying to tell us what it takes to make that equipment. And a significant emphasis was placed on acquiring better mowers. And then a lot of them calling for new equipment to improve. And overall, the survey kind of reveals that we face a consistent challenge related to terrain obstacles and equipment spaces, and there's definitely there need for equipment to the staff just to improve that efficiency. We definitely could do better maintenance practices. So I think the staff certainly spend at least an hour or two check out the sheet. Questions? Yes, yeah. So like I mentioned, I do have the resource, but I didn't get a chance to show you guys the data. But I do have the resource. So then we'll be able to see this. No, the staff do their own checks. So they should be trained on what to check, where to take. Yeah, so those are the things that we take into service. So they'll just do the inspections and see the faults or efficiency.
I would say, one of the things that I'm just curious if your team had what would be the I mean your options. Yes, efficiencies.
Well, assume that there will be increasing efficiency because all of the roads, right? They're frequently services or efficient. Well, it's just too little to difficult. You're more is the implementation service. So that might create efficiency.
we're open to you. I like the mainland roads. 4 or 5 months of the year.
So, let's see. So. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And then we have, Swallow, Chair of Teacher of the Meeting.
Good afternoon, my name is Brandon Howard. I'm the Division Urban Forest Horticulture Services Branch and the head of the nursery landscape section. I'm on temporary assignment for Terry and we paid to our horticulture services. In the horticulture services branch, there are 2 sections. The nursery landscape section and the horticulture and tree trunk section. I'll cover some items in both sections in regard to our current response time and target goal on tree maintenance, removal, and planting, which is based upon full staffing and full funding. You can refer to the handouts of 3C provide for additional information and more details on the items presented today. In the horticulture section, you see a lot of requests for pruning. Please refer to item number 1 and 2. In your handout on the screen. For general pruning work will be performed during the current or next scheduled tree maintenance. Specialty pruning, which requires more skilled work, not only include in the contract specification for general pruning, is needed to prune larger branches away from buildings, street lights, and utility units. For items 4 and 5, the majority of our routine tree maintenance work is contracted to private tree care companies as we manage 100,000 trees and palms island-wide in the city roadway and on city parks. City arborists manage each contract to ensure the work meets those requirements and follow on all observation reports, which may need immediate attention, monitoring, or no action is required. In emergency situations, please refer to items 6 through 8 and item 10. Any tree that appears to pose an immediate public safety concern is addressed right away, following tree blocking the roadway, crack the branch, etc. If it does not pose an immediate public safety concern, it will be addressed within an acceptable time frame, usually within during inclement weather such as hurricane. Thus, primary objective is to clear the roadway for first responders. After the storm, cleanup efforts may last. We work with other departments, with the Department of Facility Maintenance or DFM, Division of Road Maintenance, who manages and repairs sidewalks. Under item number 14, when a sidewalk is in need of repair, DFM uncovers and leaves the sidewalk open for DOT to assess, perform improvement and other necessary tree work to mitigate the possibility of affecting the structural stability of the tree. This work is a priority because an open sidewalk poses a safety. In the nursery landscape section, please refer to item 17 and the majority of the requests are for tree planting, and if there are no conflicts, like underground or overhead utilities, street lights, fire hydrants, or storm drains, and if the property owner is willing to provide care such as watering, we would be able to plant sooner than depending on the availability of the tree. If the property owner is unable to assist with watering, the request will be put on a waiting list to be watered by our water treatment. Our trees are watered twice a week for 2 years, so that we meet it. Under item 20, we received work requests from the Department of Planning and Permitting Residential Code Enforcement Branch in regards to 2 trees that are planted in tree belts. We would mitigate uplifted and broken tree well covers and shallow tree belts. For items 22 and 23, tree emergencies are safety issues. Both sections work with the Department of Corporation Counsel to address claims and civil cases against the city. Process includes finding past-related documents, depositions, and testifying. And finally, under item 24, Duff reviews and provides comments on project plan involve trees received from various government agencies, private developers, landscape architects, and others. Thank you.
I'm just. So last two comments says, response. Alright, so response to them, so I just. Sign up with the money. So. So what are the machine?
So I don't need to mention, sorry. At the bottom, that, but your road intersection, it's, they have about 3 factors. And in us, for the Russian density, it's about 30%. In addition to that, to find qualified, it's higher. Even with that, training may take a while for them to get. So even that may be, or even like a lot of our maintenance contracts, if we were more funded, we would have. So right now, our true training contracts are done by the maybe 12 to 12 months. And right now, we can't meet them. Sometimes a bit more farther out in the 24 months. What I've noticed that in the past was that we've got contracts we schedule, we have investment needs. So when our trees are properly managed or properly maintained, less problems, less complaining about them. We have both fallen limbs or practical branches. So not only free stuff, but free from, which is the majority of our trees are.
In other words, for instance, unlike some of the choices or if I use the practice.
Six feet in position. I'm just curious, to let's guys, how do you guys determine what trees to get into? It all depends on the situations. If it's in a tree well or if it's in a packing strip, it all depends on the there's also utilities, sight lines, could be even in the narrowing of the building. So we have straight type of trees, approach trees, and could be even in coastal areas, could be cooler temperatures. So it could be on multiple different factors of the so sometimes the homeowner demands can be construction. And for the most part, if it does work, then we will. If it doesn't, then we would suggest other options. Few options that
Just to get some was in instances of so maybe not discussing
This question. Still in places there, meetings that like which other trees that look like it's really. Trees like the neighbors. Students have a list of trees and like. So we do have an official. Street trees. It's a street tree, not an overall. List. We actually updated it a few years ago. So that's not what we highlight for this official street tree, but we also included other trees that we use. And so we did remove some of the trees that had were more vulnerable to breakage or falling over the floors. So we did remove some of them. Over time, that I've been here 23 years, and so I've seen quite a bit of different trees. And we know that there's certain trees that are better, and some trees that are just not good. I think over the time, we removed a lot of trees, which was because of economic hurricanes. And during that time, we planted down other trees that we know that provides a lot more. A lot of the time it would be like some roots, this small location, many parts, like say along the roadway, let's say tree, with a small tree growth, just a 2 by 3 inch tree. We'd find other roots that would be better for the situation. So we've added new trees to the list, added new trees to the list. We've been looking at where kind of good people are sort of high. We have not quite tried that. Just to show the opportunity of the violence specialized in that is just the parts across. Thank you for the opportunity to share information about our services. Adjustments we needed to address differences between the park and the town developments. Like the park, we need to maintain facilities, mountains, runs into the park and the climate change. When I share our baseline services that provide the context of our conditions of child resources. Child environments that is 600 type of stations, 6 regiments, 10 states. The population of the 9,000. We employ 57 full-time and part-time positions, 26 each are engineered to the size of each. For this reason, we do not use a survey method like parts maintenance preparation services. Instead, we work with our supervisors by common tasks. For example, open grid does not have balance of other facilities. It covers 220 acres and houses 9,909 documents. There are only 2 meetings that are facility to each level. Public and the musician testing. Conversely, all my leaders 400 25 houses over 2,000 documents. The maintenance staff of 5 maintain 9 pump stations, 6 buildings, 28 town sites, 2 buildings. Annual attendance is over 600,000. It's a 67% increase over the from the decade ago. Notably, the garden is the same staff level as the It's important to note that our maintenance staff doesn't just mean to be gardens, it also play a crucial role in events. For instance, the cost of the town garden in some nights. Staff from all the gardens went for 2 weeks to assist by the installation. So, despite the workload, this event provided a great opportunity for staff collaboration. Show and also to show creativity and share the value of 7,000 guests. The dedication and creativity are truly inspiring. In addition to baseline services and program support, maintenance staff is crucial to keeping our scientific high collection alive. The collection represents 9,500 and over 5,000 species from the wide world. It's collectively accredited as a public Your institutional members of the Town Garden Conservation International, Center for Plant Conservation, American Public
decisions. Fulfill lessons from diverse research areas such as taxonomy, biochemistry, medicine, pathology, entomology, wildlife conservation, horticulture, and species. Premiership plant materials, supply information, assist research development departments in the research. We have one botanist and one horticulturist tasked with managing the entire collection. Both are essential. Technical action team positions in simplified terms, botanist focus on maintaining the country-based inventory system, and taxonomy, and identification for the research requests. The horticulture shares the use of the botanist to focuses on plant cultivation. Most important education. Botanists and horticulturists work with three supervisors, 3 high-park-graders, and 22 nursery workers to ensure that plants are maintained. Our staff understands the value of the collection. There is no standard formula to tackle the number position of our. Some standards suggest roughly 1 to 2 staff, or as many as 5 for high. Using the lowest ratio of 1 grade, you can see our challenge coming into the staff for 20 points. A scientific staff of 2, 3, 22 points. A imbalanced ratio impacts our ability to achieve high collection standards and optimize the scientific time for joint mission, maybe for international development time. In addition to low staff ratio, visitor attendance groups and programs. Invasive species control, our 7-day operation, and high maintenance environments of tropical plants compared to the temperate further job of our organization. The good news is that the partner organizations several students and volunteers help us meet our goals. For instance, the Plant Extinction Prevention Program, the Wild Army Natural Resource Program, State Board Department of Forestry and Wildlife, and this fishing wildlife service to preserve and manage dryland forests of 58 plant species. These organizations help maintain the collection of many plant and seed service for restoration projects. Many individuals, nonprofit, and community organizations support maintenance of all projects. In FY24, the gardens benefited from 12 volunteers, 16,000 service staffs. Volunteers that their work will help us achieve our mission to nature, which is essential for that. In addition to partnerships and volunteer service, we will also pursue funding resources at community and funds will be directed to support our scientific and conservation mission. Finally, we completed using some of the government's transfer contribution tax. This will be the first comprehensive plan now for the 2-year plan. We'll focus on reducing congestion, optimize facilities, and develop fiscal support for 10 years, while respecting the governor's residential location, original intent, fragile environment. I hope the subsidy clear picture of our mission resources. I look forward to working with you and thank you for your service. Please let us know if you'd like to any of that. So we have to share information. There's one there's a some scientific stuff.
Question.
Thank you, board members. I'm going to continue to the next. Just wanted to begin by some of you may have seen. And they've been working very hard in developing this, one especially from speech. So it's up to go by speed. So I was just keeping some notes of this. Just to recap, today we're saying that we need to establish the six frequencies and the next frequencies. So deep. Roxanne's talking about procedures that can so that's what we're looking at. It's just direction. We have that one initial information, the materials, series, services, just second district. Establish city frequencies of so this is today we stumbling through this because we haven't done this before. So
The mission box in terms of growth. What do you think about it? Just one, I'd like to share. Great work in terms of what's on top of all the day work that is also this issue. There's not so much good information I can learn so much. So in my own mind, I can contribute to the questions. First, Groups, obviously, here in this two seats. Strengths. But I did want to share that. Both of them, members here, great. By the way, what's the impact going to be from the work that you guys are doing? This is something I love. You guys are doing good standards. To give you guys a sense of everyone is on the scene from the same actually standards. Then there's going to, if we can help you give that broader vision, right, for leadership, that map of what's happening, what's not happening, what are our biggest points, and prioritize it from there so that the challenges that we're losing so much time, resources, so we need to spend that resources. It's really I think the other thing that I noticed with you guys, the presentation is really good, but I think it might be also here's that what is the follow-up questions surveys that you guys did? So, for example, I think it was in the bathroom in Winslow. They asked, what's the biggest reason that Hispanics and homelessness, other reasons? And so, from my understanding from our discussion, you can clean it and an hour later you could just let the trash again too. So, what are that leaves me with what are the things that we ask in terms of is there something within our control to be able to to really address that? I mean, it's like we were just talking about how we're engaging volunteers or engaging commitment members to be part of the solutions. So just observations. Great group. Sounded like that was
Citizens to supplement arts. So we come to the think there is two missions basically to which is as it should, but maybe that comes with just place to live in the community.
Just want to. Even the great results have been good teams, if we have specific goals. This goes in my bad. One that came to my mind. And then this is not restricted. It's easier to share about. It's equipment types. It's how do we get to standardize? Then we need to do the hard work. But there's that, the students from the data points in a certain direction. But that gives us the real to go into it. So we have a comments for them. We've registered testifiers. I think there's anyone in the audience. Someone's not listening to it. Which is fine. Let's see that there is no testifiers. See, there's one of our should be first.
Thank you. Good job. Deep Frost. Deep Frost.
I will see you cycle this.
Yes. You want the inside? You want the insert or no?
Do you have a visual?
I do. I
Better for me.
okay. Perfect. Thank